Hey YouTube land, it's Ty Canvas doing another action figure review, and this time it's for the Vitruvian HACKS Series 2 Orc Conqueror Savage Warrior. Basically, a little backstory behind this is I met the guy who does the bio cards for these for Boss Fight Studios, and his name is Paddy Lennon. He was at a comic expo that we had here in Cork in Ireland recently, and he had a collection of the HACKS Series 2 with him, and he also had some of the Bucky O'Hare figures as well, so I asked him to pick up the Orc because I had previously watched a video review from my buddy Shane, who does Rum Powered reviews. He did a video review of the Orc, and I thought it was so cool and pretty cool that I would pick it up. I had picked up one other figure previously from the Boss Fight Studios, which was the Medusa, which I've done a review on my channel, and I picked that up a good bit ago. It's the transformed Medusa as opposed to the pre-cursed Medusa, so it's the one with the snake tail. But this is the Orc from their line. So onto the packaging. So what's great about the Boss Fight Studio, they're designed for collectors in mind. So you have this bubble kind of blister card packaging. So you have the figure over on the right hand corner. You have the artwork and the name down on the left. And it says for ages 15 and up. And you got a cool image of the Orc. And then when you flip it around, it shows other figures from series. I think these are all series 2. I don't think there's series 1 mixed in here. I'm pretty sure these are all series 2. As you can see here, it says character bios Paddy Lennon. That's the chap I met over here. And then you have the bio itself. So if I just see if I can zoom in on that and hold it, you can read it. Hopefully I'm not shaking the box too much because I've been out working and my hands are a little bit kind of shaky at the moment. So hopefully that's long enough for you to read it. Let me just see if I can zoom in on that there again. But I won't read it out because it's quite a long bio. You can hopefully pause the video and read the bio for the Orc, but it's quite a long paragraph, so if you want to read it, feel free to. So one of the first things the figure comes with is the base. As with all the Boss Fight Studios, it's the Boss Fight Studio logo. So you have the nameplate and this kind of meteor kind of flame effect that they use for their logo as the base. And it has 2 peg holes, as the figure has 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. But he does come with quite an array of weapons and gear. So on to the first thing, which is the shield, which is this really cool kind of broken shield. It's kind of looks splintered and well worn and weathered. It has this really cool beaten metal look to it, and it fits the figure's hands quite nicely. You can have him hold it in his left hand quite nice. Most people tend to use them left-handed and have the weapon in the right hand. There is 2 kind of hooks on the top of it, and I think you can hook these in onto the strap on him, so you can kind of hold it on his back. I'm not entirely sure how to kind of pin it onto him, but he can use those as well. The other accessories he comes with is his actual weapons, which is this massive kind of wooden mallet with steel spike ends, which is really cool. And just get the camera to focus in on it. Again, done with that really nice metal color for the kind of aged metal, and the sculpt work on the actual wooden piece looks really cool. It looks like it's a big hunk of a tree trunk that has just been stuffed onto a stick, and then the metal spikes round onto either side. And then he comes with this kind of beaten metal improvised sword, which looks really cool. Again, very similar paintwork to the shield. It has this, all the metal has this kind of beaten rustic kind of beaten metal colouring to it, which is pretty cool. He also comes with, now these are very small in the packaging and you might overlook them, they're in a little small plastic bag in the actual packaging. So it comes with these little kind of bracers or leg plates, leg armour plates that fit onto his legs. Just make sure I'm putting that the right way around. They are actually, if I flip it around, it might be hard to see, but they do have left and right on the actual on the back of the plate, so when you press it into place it should fit in quite smoothly. So you can see they fit onto the sides of the legs. There's little holes. You can leave them off if you want. The idea behind the figure is he's a army builder, so if you have multiple versions of him, you have him armored and equipped differently, hence why you get all the different accessory parts. So he also comes with these massive shoulder spikes. Again, not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it has left and right imprinted on them, so you don't mix them up. And there's these imprinted holes up on the top of the armor plate, so you can put them in to those. They just kind of plug into place, don't go down too far, but they just plug into place. So you can have them with either a single spike, or if you want to totally armor them up, you can push on both spikes and have a very well armored orc, which is pretty cool. He also comes with a helmet. The helmet is really cool. It reminds me a lot of the guy from Willow, the general from Willow. It has a skull with a beard on the bottom of it, which is pretty cool. It's basically, it looks the same as the head that you get with it, or the head you get with the orc, which has a beard. He actually has two heads, so he has a bearded head and a non-bearded head. So the helmet fits onto the orc quite nicely. The front plate opens up and you can close the front plate down on it. The other piece is swappable out. Now it is a little tricky getting these in and out. You have to really kind of pop them on, but you can I'll just put it onto them. So you have the kind of same faceplate but without the beard, because you also get an alternate head which has no beard as well. So you get two versions of the head, and the head is just easily swappable. Just pop it out and you can see there's a ball joint on the bottom of the neck, and you can just pop on the other head quite easily. And because it's a dual joint, you can get a good range of left to right, forward and back rotation with the heads. And the other helmet he comes with is kind of winged mercenary sort of helmet. Kind of reminds me a lot of the was it the Dungeons and Dragons character with that had something similar, kind of sorcerer character. So you do have that option as well. So you can either have bearded head with the bearded faceplate, or you can have non-bearded head with the bearded faceplate. It doesn't make any difference because it's designed to be army builder, and you can actually do as many kind of variations as you wish. So it is quite a nice setup. He does come with alternate hands. So the hands that are on him at the moment are the ones that came packaged with him. So they have up and down wrists, and you can see they just peg straight in, up and down, and rotate all the way around. The alternate hand, if I just unpeg it and plug it into place, the alternate hands go in and out as opposed to up and down. So you have their exact same style of hand, so they're in the kind of gripping hand, and they just go in and out or up and down. The other thing is as well is these kind of shoulder, or not shoulder, but the wrist guards, I would say. They're not kind of armor, they're kind of like a fur, can be removed. If you want to have them, again, have more variation, just have them with one armored, or one of these furry bits on the side. So he is quite customizable, which is quite nice. And then onto the figure itself, he is very nicely detailed. Again, he has that metallic, kind of beaten metallic colouring going on, kind of a brownish, or not brownish, but was a bit tan, kind of a dark tan pants, and then brown boots, and he's quite articulated. So you got standard kind of ball hinge joint in the upper shoulder, so the arms can go up that much. They can't go, when you have the shoulder pads on, they kind of are a little bit hindered, but they can go up that much without the shoulder pads on. Rotate all the way around. Single jointed elbow, as you've seen with the wrist, it has the swivel, and you can swap it out for the hinges, so you can have either in-out hinge or up and down hinge. Rotation at the waist. Nothing in the lower waist. You can remove this loincloth piece, I think, if you just pop the body off. And oh wait, no, I think it's part of the sculpt, is it? Nope, you can pop that off. So you can pop this off and have him without that loincloth piece. It looks a bit weird. He has kind of armor, leather armor going around it. Actually, I'm just going to take these small armor pieces off as well. So again, this system is designed to be as customizable as you want them to be. Let me just pop this back into place. Bear with me a moment. So he does have quite a lot of customizable. He has ball joint on the upper thigh. He has swivel as well, so you can go forward and back on the he has the double jointed knees. I'm trying to think on the hips. Yes, you can do split that much with the hips, forward and back. Can't go back that much because of the sculpt of the butt, so it does hinder a small bit, but you can go forward quite well. It does have swivel at the boot and forward and back on the ankle. Again, I don't think he doesn't have a swivel on the boot, just above the boot cuff, but if you want, you can pop the leg out, or you can at least fold it down, and you can actually slide these fur parts off as well, so you can actually have them without the fur on just on the top of the boot. So you can have them you could have them completely pretty plain. And you also have this piece. Now I think it goes on the back and it goes under the armor. So if we just get the right piece. So you got the left one. I think these are supposed to go in like that, and then plug onto the back underneath the armor. So he has this kind of little fur cape type thing going on. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go anywhere else on him. Just move this. This strap does kind of tend to get in the way a tiny bit when you're trying to get the pegs into the shoulders, but you can get them in easily enough, so you can have them with this kind of little bit of extra kind of fur on his back. So he does look really cool, and just so you can see him holding his weapon. Turn his sword around. Give him a shield, and pop on the old bucket. Just knock these. They don't go in. They don't like lock into place. They fit in tightly, but they don't like lock really tightly. So it's impossible to get them back out. But you can. Oh, his arm is after. His other hand is after popping out. But there you go. You can have him geared up to the ninths with his shield, sword, and armor, and he looks pretty mean and pretty badass. So he looks really, really cool. I do really like the idea to army build these guys. Fortunately, I probably won't be able to afford to actually do so, but I was happy enough to get just the one for reviewing, and I can do 1 or 2 diorama shots with him. So he's really, really cool. And just for a size comparison, here he is next to a G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra Mars Trooper. So they are in 3 3/4 inch scale, or 1:18 scale. He looks pretty cool. And here he is next to one of the old Hot Toys Snap Kit Alien Warriors. So let me just see if I can get his legs stand a little bit better. So he is a good scale. You see Bucky over there. Let's move him out of the way. So he scales up quite nicely. So overall, he's a really cool figure. Again, have to thank Paddy for selling him to me. I do hope to get more of these figures over the course of their run. They are coming out with kind of sci-fi stuff, which looks really cool as well. So they're kind of jumping into all different genres for the boss fight studio stuff. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to their website in the description for the video, so you can check out their stuff and check out the store if you want to purchase any of them. But I do recommend picking these guys up. As I said, I would like to pick up more, but at the moment I can't really afford to get them at the moment. So plus shipping does cost a bit when you're trying to get them on the secondary market. So I'm trying to get around that. But overall, really cool figure. Do recommend these, and as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my videos. So hope you enjoyed the video review, guys. Cheers.